From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Wednesday, January 11th, 2017. Silver is trading at $16.81 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,188 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at 1.1 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $913. Antiwar.com reports heavy fighting continues in the northern Iraqi city of Mosul, where the Iraqi military continues to struggle to capture more territory in the eastern side of the city, which is still largely controlled by the Islamic State. It is slow going as ever, but the fighting is leading to a lot of casualties, and not just among combatants. UN humanitarian officials report several hundred wounded civilians have come out of the area each of the last couple of weeks, overwhelming the makeshift hospitals outskirts, with more serious cases being sent to the Kurdish capital of Erbil. Urban combat in Mosul is going street to street at a very slow rate, and civilians have very limited options for fleeing the fighting, with the bridges in the city all destroyed. This has meant many fleeing out the way invading forces are coming in, and led to reports of the Islamic State shooting at fleeing civilians. Iraqi Prime Minister Haider Abadi accused the Islamic State of having blown up the bridges to slow the Iraqi advance. This does not appear to be the case, as the bridges were largely destroyed in U.S. airstrikes early in the offensive to limit the Islamic State movement back and forth, and Iraqi forces have not gotten to the river in major numbers, meaning there would be no reason to try to slow them down.
Bitcoin Not Bombs is a launching pad for nonprofits and social entrepreneurs into the financial freedom of the Bitcoin economy. Bitcoin Not Bombs offers premium publicity campaigns designed to facilitate an organization's adoption of Bitcoin as a payment system and to fully capitalize on that decision in their fundraising efforts. Bitcoin Not Bombs is fully committed to being the hub of the nonprofit sector of the Bitcoin economy, maximizing the potential cross-promotion of all our clients and commercial partners. To learn more, visit bitcoinnotbombs.com.
UPI reports a majority of voters said in a new poll that they think President-elect Donald Trump should close his personal Twitter account upon taking office. In the poll conducted by Quinnipiac University, voters were asked the following question. As you may know, Donald Trump made controversial statements throughout the campaign on his personal Twitter account. As president, do you think Donald Trump should keep his personal Twitter account or not? 64% of those surveyed said Trump should not keep his Twitter account as president. Of the Republican voters, 49% said Trump should keep the account, compared to 45% who said he should not. Of voters between the age of 18 and 34, 71% said Trump should not keep the account, compared to 26% who said he should. Tim Malloy, assistant director of the Quinnipiac University poll, said 140 characters may not be enough to tell Donald Trump just how much Americans want him to knock off the tweeting. While the president-elect argues his missives inform, many say stow the phone. Once inaugurated, Trump will receive the @POTUS and @White House Twitter accounts from the Obama administration.
For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co.
Reuters reports after deliberating for less than 3 hours, a federal jury said on Tuesday that Dylan Roof deserves to die for the hate-fueled killings of 9 churchgoers at a Bible study meeting in Charleston, South Carolina. The same jury last month found Roof guilty of 33 charges, including hate crimes resulting in death from the shocking mass shooting at the landmark Emmanuel AME Church in 2015. Roof, who represented himself and did not argue against the death penalty, showed no emotion as the verdict was read. Roof will formally be sentenced on Wednesday. He also faces the death penalty if convicted of murder charges in a pending state trial. Robert Dunham, executive director of the Washington-based nonprofit Death Penalty Information Center, said in a telephone interview that whether Roof was competent to serve as his own attorney will be a fundamental issue in the appeals process. Roof did not present any evidence during the penalty phase that began last week or allow jurors to hear details about his mental health. Dunham said defense lawyers likely will use the trial to show appellate judges that mental illness prevented him from adequately representing himself. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.